Hello everyone and welcome to Connors Spear Tier 3. My name is Thomas, next to me is Lewis and we're here in China for the Shanghai International Circuit. Lewis is in the corridor with me as always. How are you doing, bro?
Yeah, evening everyone. Looking forward to this race. China, it feels like a minute since we last were here, and yeah, it's always been a favourite track of mine, and a track with a high wear rate. So the lap times, the offset between new sets and worn sets is quite big around here. So expect different strategies coming into play, safety cars. Yeah, it should be a fun one.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to this race as well. A lot of overtaking opportunities. Of course, the long straight we saw when I was on board with Charlie provides a lot of overtaking opportunities. And because we haven't been here in real life for almost 2 years now, it's good to see this track back on screen once again.
Yeah, it's one of the most expensive at its time, most expensively built racetracks, and it was a bit different. Like the first sector in particular, turn one, that long right-hander that goes on forever, really cooks the tyres. It's quite a high traction circuit, so it's all about getting neatly in at the apex and getting on the power as soon as possible. Yeah, it's kind of unique. I don't think there's any other track quite laid out the way China is. And we're seeing lap times coming through. So far, I think it's one of those tracks where I think a lot of people will be doing their times on mediums, possibly, wouldn't they? Because if I remember rightly, the stuff does not last that long.
Yeah, it's definitely a track where tire wear is playing a big factor. We are seeing Charlie out on mediums. Let's have a look at the detail on the best lap. Yeah, we've got Charlie, Hasmania, Chakati, Bama all out on mediums. So yeah, they're definitely trying the alternative strategy. We've got Lil Spark at this point out on mediums as well. He is coming towards the final turn now, and I think he's going to start, or is he going to finish his lap? No, he's going to finish his lap. What is the Alpine driver going to do? He puts it up into P6 and 133.2. So yeah, a lot of people trying to do the alternative strategy.
Yeah, but early on, the thing is that they're doing those times on the medium. I would have thought if you're going to do that lap on your medium, you want to be doing it later in the session. These guys are going straight away, and in terms of lap times, what are we expecting for a pole round here in Tier 3? Moment 131 by 0.3 is Jack Hawkey's. That looks like a legit time, because everyone else looks like they've done slow lap times.
Yeah, the difference between the time of Jack Hawkey and Taylor is quite big, so I imagine people are gonna slot right in between them. I don't know how quick the 131.3 is for Tier 3, but we will see in a minute because Jimmy James is out on softs as well, so that will give us a good indication of what the pace is looking like for these Tier 3 guys.
To be
But for
fair,
now, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, sorry, Thomas. Jack, his sectors. I'm just looking on the telemetry. His sectors were way quicker. He purpled every sector, which to me is an indication that he was the only one. His time was a proper one, because he was like 3/10 up. His middle sector was half a second up on everyone else. Um, yeah, I feel like a lot of people are sandbagging right now.
Maybe they're just trying to get a feel for the tire with the soft, but don't put in too good of a lap so that they can improve at the end of the session on a set of mediums. That could be the strategy as well, because like at the end of the session the track is has the optimum grip, has the best grip from the whole session. So being on those mediums can be that little bit of an advantage compared to the guys who already set their lap on the mediums. So yeah, we will have to find out and see how well people are going to do towards the end of the session. We're currently going to go on board with Two-Spell as he is going through the very long right-hander, important corner. A lot of understeer, important to get on the photo as soon as possible, because the exit is so important with a very long straight afterwards. You need to get a good exit, because otherwise it's going to hurt you for at least the whole straight, and people will fly by you left, right and center.
I think I just witnessed the end of an incident between Jack Hawkey and Tichy. I think Tichy at the back, it was on the exit, or the pit exit. As Two-Spell goes P2 there. Good lap. That seems like a proper lap by Two-Spell. But yeah, it looked like Tichy and Jack Hawkey collided. It'd be interesting to see if there was any reports from either of those drivers later on.
Colliding in qualifying, we haven't seen that often, especially not in Tier 3. Normally, no chaos whatsoever. We are seeing retirements in Tier 3 quality. We've already got Plaza was out. But yeah, not normally a collision between two drivers, so that's interesting.
Yeah, and Two-Spell, for that matter, has taken the fastest final sector on that lap. So he got very close with that last sector time, but the first two sectors just edged out a tenth, almost a tenth on the second sector, put a tenth over on the first sector. Very equal between the two drivers up front, first and second. Apparently, no one else doing personal bests.
Maybe Saike, don't know what he is doing. He's out on the mediums as well. Hasn't set a lap time yet. Together with Jem and James, Marina, Tichy, Stampy and Hilly, they all haven't been able to put in a lap yet. Is that because they invalidated their previous lap, or if they haven't even gone out yet? We don't know. But they definitely want to be putting in a lap in the next 8.5 minutes, because otherwise they will be starting towards the back of the grid.
Yeah, Blaze has gone wide in the hairpin bend. A lot of people now switching onto the soft, so maybe we are going to get a lot of people, top 10 guys, aiming to be on the soft, and if you're outside top 10, go for the medium.
Yeah, 100%.
Just looking at lap times, any improvements, any quicker times being set? Not yet. Let's see, we've got 7 minutes 39, and hopefully, me and Thomas let me know before the broadcast that hopefully the clocks should actually be aligned with the correct time of what it actually supposed to be. Therefore, for example, it's 7 minutes and waiting for the yellow to be cleared. 7:20, so we're hoping that actually mixes and is the same time as what it is in real life, rather than the little delay we would get in the past. So currently being at 7 minutes. Liam Staff is on a hot lap. Dan is about to start a hot lap, but Liam Staff currently P5, about to enter the beginning of Sector 3 shortly. And he's 3/10 up on his previous best. So that's not that much better, really.
But it can give him, well, maybe 2 positions. Currently he is in a net P4, so let's see what he can do in the last sector. By the way, Dan, I don't know, he asked me earlier today for a Go Faster song. Dan always has a song that's gonna boost him in the race as he puts himself up into P5. I've sent him some songs, but I don't know if he is actually listening to one of them. So, but if he is, I'm gonna claim a little bit of his good performance as he gets up into P4. If Dan crashes in the race, then he definitely didn't listen to one of my songs.
And that's his downfall. It's all blamed on that.
Yes,
nothing
it's all
else.
Because of the songs.
Songs are everything. It's like they are like gods. You know?
Exactly. And
you're offering him the chance to be. So yeah, Dan ended up backing out, I think, on that. Yeah, he did. Invalidated.
Charlie did put himself up into P4, 131.7, still 4/10 of a gap between him and P1 Jack Hawkey. Stumpy and Two-Spell are currently the only one being able to get a little bit close to the time of Jack Hawkey, but it's looking like a pretty decent lap from the Red Bull driver. The Red Bulls, by the way, unfortunately aren't white anymore. I really liked the livery, but they're back to normal once again.
Yeah. You know, I hardly get hungry.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good to race against.
Oh my days! Jack Carty had an enormous moment like we saw Albon doing in real life 2 years ago, but he kept it on track.
Has a spun, turn 1, back end.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, we can see him, yeah. That's probably carrying too much speed going into turn 1, because it's such a tricky corner, because you're braking because of like the shifting down and the turning in, but you also have to brake a little bit yourself, and that combination, that mix of different aspects, makes it a really difficult corner as well. The big chance of locking up as well. It's such a tricky corner, and understandable that Asmania got it wrong.
Yeah, we'll let him off.
Yeah.
So, a lot of guys pitting, getting ready for their final stint. One that isn't is Tichy, although he seems to be not going full beans on this lap. No, he's not. So he's still down in P20 at the moment. Marina yet to do a time, so Marina's going. He is going for the medium strategy now, because obviously he's waiting for the last moment to go on the medium. You have got Blaze, Hilly, Lil Spark, sorry, not Lil Spark, Hilly, Cygate. They are currently on mediums as well.
Tichy hasn't been fortunate in this session. Still has been able to set a lap time together with Marina and Jimmy James. Jimmy James is on an out lap though, and he just started his hot lap. So let's go on board with Jimmy James and let's see what he can do here around the Shanghai International Circuit. He's got Taylor in the Aston Martin in front. Hopefully he's gonna get out of the way, or he is gonna be quick enough on his hot lap himself. Oh, as Jimmy James almost lost it coming out of turn 4 through turn 5. Yes, it is counted as a turn. Little happen turn 6. Taylor is still in his way, and I think Jimmy James has to either back out or overtake him on his hot lap, and that's not what you want. Taylor gets out of the way. Well done. Oh, a lot of over and understeer for Jimmy James. He's got a really unstable setup from what I can see so far through the double left-hander. On towards the end of sector 2. Hasn't set a lap time yet, so we can't see if he's quicker or slower than his previous lap time. Going really deep into the left-hander, which is gonna cost him the speed for the very long right-hander, but maybe he's gonna get a little bit of slipstream from Marina in front. He is having a little look, but Marina was too close for comfort. Opening up the DRS, trying to gain as much straight line speed on the straight as possible as he passes Lil Spark. Hard braking zone around the 100 meter board. Going into the hairpin, a little bit of a lock up on the inside, but not too bad. He still manages to get the car slowed down enough through the fast left-hander on towards the line. Lap time from Jimmy James, P4, 131.5.
Nicely done. Just trying to see who is next. Liam Staff, he's on the out lap. A lot of people on out laps at the moment. Little Spark is on his first run. Have we got anyone further forward that's on a final run? Dan's on the out lap. Spell's out lap. I think it's Taylor on the Aston Martin who's the closest to finishing a lap. They're not quite having the confidence in the fast sections, the left and right handers. Yeah. Is he up though? He is 3/10 up on his previous best. So if he does do that, he can get himself into around P7. It is doable. Obviously a lot of people they've got their turn to improve on their final time run.
Yeah, so far everyone who tried the alternative strategy hasn't worked out because they're all outside of that top 10. So at this stage, everyone inside the top 10 will start on those soft tire.
Yeah. So that's the thing, because you have in the past you wouldn't have that many people doing it, in which case you can qualify higher up. Now, as Dylan crosses the line, he moves to P7, improvement. And now, yeah, you got, like you say, you got all those people. You you're already outside the top 10 anyway. You might as well go for the soft tyre. Or it's genius. P11 and, medium strategy. We'll find out. Ooh. So, check a flag. And it is check a flag.
It is working. Oh, and Two-Spell had an off coming out of turn 4, so that's his qualifying over as well. Jack Hawkey is not gonna improve. He improved already to a 131.2, so that's his qualifying over as well. Charlie is not gonna improve. What is Dan going to do? He is at the back straight now, just before the hairpin. What can he do? He's currently in P10. Is he gonna put that Ferrari inside the top 5 as Shane retires in P5 on a 131.6? So he's not gonna improve either. Jimmy James and Stumpy both have finished as well, so Dan can make a big step in this qualifying session, but he improved to only P8. But I think he will be happy with that one. Pitchy up into P11.
Yeah. Little Spark is backing out in the end. Titchy's the highest placed medium runner then. Not bad. Be interesting to see how those medium runners do. And also Jack Carty has the choice, being in P11. He can choose to do that on the fresh medium. I think he will take. I think you'd be stupid. If you're outside the top 10, it'd be stupid not to select a medium tyre or hard. Billy's coming across the line. He improves up to P13, and that is also on the mediums. He's second fastest medium runner. That's really good for me. Really. I think that's it.
I think, I just want to say exactly the same. I think that is qualifying done, and we've got Jack Hawkey on pole position. You'll have to see it. With Stumpy in P2, Two-Spell in P3, and Jimmy James in P4. That's the first 2 rows for this race. And to be brutal honest, I didn't expect this one, but I quite like it.
Yeah. It's interesting. And I think this tyre strategy is going to be very interesting. If those guys outside the top 10 can stay out of trouble, stay out of the wall, stay out of the wall, stay out of the wall, then they got a really good chance of gaining a lot of places. It's going to be hard for them to get in the top 3, but I wouldn't be surprised top 5 people like Titchy and Illy, they can keep it clean and make progress during the race.
Yeah, I'm surprised that no one has been able to put in a lap on those mediums inside the top 10. So that actually shows that this track requires a lot of grip. You can just see how much those softs benefit with the amount of grip they produce.
On that one lap.
Yeah, over that one lap. Yeah, exactly. So maybe ending on the softs can make a big difference in this race. You never know. With a late safety car, we've seen it a couple of times before in this season. It is possible. We experienced it. I would say at least 5 or 6 times this season already, a very late safety car. So who knows? It could be all up to play for. It will be dry conditions for the race, so no rain expected. So that means that the strategy will be very important as well. "18 seconds left before people are gonna start their formation lap, and if everything works as planned, we're not gonna have the glitch with the lights anymore. You absolutely love to see it."
Is this the day it finally happens?
Yeah, we had the strat of Dan hosting the lobby, which allowed us to not having the glitch. But it was such a struggle to manage that every single time. Like, it's much easier to invite everyone with the Coscoms account and everything like that, because the settings will always be the same. We've got everyone as a friend. It's so much easier now. We don't have to glitch anymore, so it's absolutely perfect. It worked really well with qualifying, so it should work fine for the race as well. We've got 20 people in, very long time since I've seen that one. Um, so big shout out to everyone turning up for the tier 3 race. Well, to be brutally honest, they've been quite committed, every single one of them this whole season. I think we've had 18 or 19 drivers at average this whole season, so we can't complain.
Very good. Yeah, Tier 3 is, ever since we introduced Tier 3 into all those seasons ago, it's always, I felt, been quite well backed. And it's a good level. You know, obviously we end up with 4 tiers now in Europe, but Tier 3's always got a special bit in my heart, because obviously it was the first tier I joined in as well, and I know that sort of level is it's a real exciting sort of bunch of drivers. Some are like a bit newer to racing F1, and others who have been in it for a while, but are now getting used to winning. You know, they progress through the seasons, so it's really cool with that tier, that progression you see.
Yeah, I think because it's so competitive, like, you're not ruled out of a win. Like,
No.
pretty much everyone on this grid can take a victory. So
yeah,
that's what I think makes people turn up as well, because they actually think they can win.
It's a bit dramatic. You get it's it's not a definite. That's like you say.
Yeah, it's not as a straightforward race as we see in tier 1, where Possession, the alien, is just absolutely dominating the field. Like, no, but like, fair play to him, because he is dominating it, and he fully deserves the championship this season. I'm not gonna lie, but that is actually allowing people to not be motivated anymore, because they know they're not gonna beat him. That's the whole thing. But here, like, we saw a really good phase of Jimmy James, where he was dominating a lot of races, but he's not being that dominant anymore. People are picking up pace, and people are getting quicker, so it's really good. But that's enough talking. That's enough positive vibes around here. We're filled up, and we're good to go with hopefully no glitch. Everyone is into their correct grid slot. We've got 5 red lights. It's not gonna wait for the glitch. It's waiting for the 5 red lights to go out, and away we go for the Chile Grand Prix. And it's a really good start for Jack Holkey, but it's a really good start. Oh, there's already chaos at the back. That's 2 Alpines and a Williams. Yep, so Lil Spark and Healy are out. Marina and Blaze would, I think, damage. Dan gets a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Taylor. And there's already a big drama before we even negotiated 3 corners.
We've not had that in a while. That's a really unusual incident to have so early on at the start line. Normally people are pretty, you can only lose race at the beginning, so you tend to have a bit more caution. But drama already, and both those guys were starting on the hard tyre. There's quite a few people that are on the hard tyre. In fact, it's probably outside the soft, the most picked tyre. But we've lost 2 of the drivers even before turn 1.
Yeah, big drama already. We've got 3 people with a 5-second time penalty. And a safety car. So that's gonna spice some things up as well. Yeah, we've got, I haven't even looked at the tire situation yet. We've got Jack Carty and Tichy both on mediums. We've got Danny Boy and Bama both on mediums. And the rest of the grid is on hards. Of course, the top 10 is still on the softs they qualified on. Little update for everyone following the football. The Netherlands just scored 1-0, so we're pretty much guaranteed to go to the World Cup. You absolutely love to see as well.
Welcome back to the World Cup scene.
Oh yeah. So, what are you gonna do if you're the leaders now? Because I don't think the soft tire is the tire to be on. Is someone gonna come into the pits already and change to a set of mediums? I don't think they will, but you never know. Jimmy James does.
Oh,
yes, and I already was expecting that. Little bit of a
Dan?
tricky pet entry, but Dan goes into the pit, Shane goes into the pit. They probably want to get rid of the 5-second time penalty as well, to be honest, because now it's better to serve it
Oh,
now
it's
than
safety
when
car.
everyone is at full pace.
I didn't realise, sorry, I knew it was virtual and it's got the full safety car. I only just realised that. Oh my god. I did that, me and George, my teammate, we did the same thing a couple of races ago while actually racing, so we see virtual. I need to remember, keep looking at the screen in case it's a safety car. But
Yeah.
obviously, yeah, so those guys have chosen to get on that medium tyre, but it means obviously, I'm not sure about that strategy because they're going to have to stop again. They're not going to be able to do a whole set on.
Yeah, but I think like they will gain a lot of time because now the field will be bunched up once again, and I think those softs. Look at this. Look at the predicted pit stop strategy. 4 to 6 laps before they have to pit to either the mediums or
Yeah,
the hards. So, like, of course, the safety car is gonna extend that stint, but I think they're like gonna pull away by, oh, I would say, 10 seconds at best before they have to make their stop. So they will be
yeah.
13 seconds behind with probably still another stop to make as well, unless they go for the hard tires. But these guys who's just pitted for mediums will be able to either go for mediums again or maybe a soft stint
Chris.
towards the end. And we
Yeah,
saw how much quicker the softs is compared to those mediums. So imagine
yeah.
it at the end of the race with a lot of grip out on track with a very light car, low on fuel. I think it's all up to play for these guys who just pitted.
I think these guys struggle to extend to a soft stint with the medium tyre. I just think, they basically pitted. Granted, we're under safety car conditions, but we are now on, like, they've only done one lap less than the full completion so far. So I think it would be a medium, and you're right, though. You're going to be on the better strategy, while the guys on the softs are going to have to pit onto the hards. If they've obviously chosen now, they're going to go and pit. Maybe extend their laps a bit more, because that's the only thing they have got now. Is the softs are being protected, being under at this pace. So they might just extend the race by a lap, and then go on to the hard for the rest of the race. Just spice things up.
Yeah, 100%. So unlucky for Lil Spark and Hilly, who are already out of the race. Don't know what happened there. I actually want to see a replay of that because it was so early on. They weren't even like past the start-finish straight when it happened. So yeah, I think it was probably one driver trying to cut across the other a little bit too early. Both collided and it took both Blaze and Marina with them. But I think Blaze
Yeah.
actually escaped all the drama because he is in P12 and hasn't made a pit stop. So I think he got very lucky there because I'm pretty much sure that he was involved in it as well.
I'm sure I saw him as well, yeah. But yeah, he didn't have any wing damage, so yeah, lucky boy. So I wonder if the safety car will come in this lap. We are coming towards. Here we go.
Safety car in this lap, you'll have to see it.
Get racing.
Jack Hawkey now is allowed to dictate the pace. And it's going to be very interesting to see when he is gonna go because still quite a long way before the safety car is into the pits. And to be fair to him, it's a really easy track to have a safety car restart on because there's not a lot of opportunities to get past unless Stampy is like really fresh, really sharp for that safety car restart. But I think if Jack Hawkey does it all good. Oh, he's already gonna go. And I think that is one of the best safety car restarts we've seen this season because Stampy definitely didn't expect that one. As he is 1.1 seconds behind Jack Hawkey already. What a safety car restart from Jack.
Oh yeah, brilliant start. It's Stumpy's having to use a lot of energy because obviously he wants to stay within that second Mark. Oh, and Stumpy's lost the back end, and Stumpy's almost round. Oh, thankfully for the ghost. Otherwise, that would have been Charlie's front wing that completely gone. But Stumpy just about holds it from going 180. But yeah, cold rears down from P2 to P5, and that's going to heavily wear on those rears. Those rears are going to be hot now, and the percentage of the wear must be pretty high. So expect Stumpy to be pitting pretty soon.
So we've got a 2.1 second gap between Jack Hawkey and Two-Spell now, who has a 1.1 second gap behind to Charlie and P3. Both Alpha Tauris actually are in a really good position, P3 and P4, and Stumpy is now putting the pressure on one of those Alpha Tauris by the name of Hasmania. He wants to get back at least to the P2 where he was in before he had this little incident in turn 1, and he is having a look already with the slipstream. Should be able to get past, although Hasmania has some really good straight line speed. Stumpy using a little bit of ERS, but I think Hasmania is going to use even more. Is Stumpy going to go for a move down the inside, or is he going to wait until the next lap? He is going to wait for now. But Stumpy looks really decent around this track. Unlucky that he made that mistake into turn 1.
We have contact between Dan and Muzzer, battling it out. Dan, obviously one of the guys who pitted, and he's got past Muzzer. So we look at the guys. At the moment, we've got Jammy James, P12 still. He's got past Blades. Dan is now got to try and pass Blades on those hards. Should have the measure. It'll be interesting to see how Jammy James gets on. His gap, he is currently 11.2 seconds behind Jack. Now, pit round here. You lose just over 20. Oh,
sorry to interrupt. We saw a big wobble from Cygate as he was trying to defend the move down the inside from Danny Boy, and he almost lost it into the side of Danny Boy. So that was some interesting movement there. Having seen the Brazilian Grand Prix, I think he will get the black and white flag for weaving across the straight. Oh, and he's almost losing it. Saige as well, together with Jimmy James, both really with a really unstable setup. But he keeps the car on track so far, and he remains in P9. Sorry to interrupt.
That's alright, no worries, mate. It's yeah. Oh my god, again.
Yeah.
That was a moment. Those rears, and that's on a hard tyre. He's just not got the setup right at all.
And here comes Bama with a move. He has to go the long way around. Yeah, Cygate is going to move to the inside, allowing Bama to brake very late. Cygate remains in P9. Is Bama going to hold it around the outside? No, he's not, because then he gets a brilliant exit and he keeps his Aston Martin in front of the Mercedes. So it remains P9, 10 and 11 for Cygate, Danny Boy and Bama, with Jimmy James really close in P12 as well. Behind him, a little bit of a gap, 2.3 seconds to Blaze, who's been put under pressure by Dan. So a lot of battles going on, and a really enjoyable race so far. As Bama goes for the move down the inside, which will be the outside for the next turn. They make a little bit of contact, as Danny is making his car as wide as possible. Lovely battling so far between these guys.
Yeah, really good battling. And like you say, Jammy is waiting there in the background, looking to pounce on these guys. Great battling between them all. And now we got DRS. That's the game changer. These guys, it's going to be a lot harder on the front of these trains to hold position with that added boost of a drag reduction on the back of the three cars. So, for example, Cygate would be a sitting duck down this long straight.
Oh my days! Bama with a huge tank slapper.
Those Mercedes rear ends are really going. And the crazy thing is the mediums. Medium tyres, not even the case with the softs.
Oh, we've got a move. I think Jack Carty, I think, is going to make a move on Liam. So we're going to focus on that one first. Jack Carty around the outside. They're making it 3 wide with Tichy, Liam and Jack. But Jack gets out in front, and Danny Boy gets past Cygate. They're still side by side, but I think Danny will get the better exit. Yes, he does. So that's Danny up into P9, and Hasmania goes into the pits.
Yep, has in the pits. And now look at the gap. Interestingly, the soft runners like Jack Hawkey still pulling away from Jammy James. Although Jammy is now starting to make inroads. The Jammy's just going past the Alpha of Danny Boy. It's nicely done. So he's got past both of those, which means he's now free. So he's currently 12.6 seconds behind the race leader. So now he can do his true pace, and I expect those soft runners starting to suffer as we're on lap 7. They've already gone past their scheduled lap. A lot of people, they obviously make sense. They saved probably a good lap's worth of rubber being under safety car. I expect guys to be starting to make their pits now on those soft tyres.
Yeah,
maybe
Tichy.
get another lap.
Yeah, Tichy's putting the pressure now on Liam. You can tell the fact that Liam lost almost a second, not even a lap, shows that the mediums are definitely the quicker tyre now as Tichy puts the pressure on the Haas in front. Liam is not gonna get DRS as it stands like this, so he will have a very big task to defend from Tichy, and I don't think it's gonna work because here he comes Tichy with the DRS. He got the job done already, so that is Tichy up into P6. And if I was Liam and if I was the engineer, I would call him into the pits. He goes deep into the hairpin as well. It's definitely time to pit and get rid of those shots, and he goes into the pits.
Yeah, a lot of them are, and to be fair, Jammy again is half a second up on the race leader. He's starting to get back towards these guys. And now Jammy James has caught up to the back of people who started the race on mediums. That's Jack Carty and Tichy. Now these guys were 11th and 12th on the grid. And already, as you can see, 5th and 6th yet to pit, obviously, so they will drop back. But these are the guys from P5 back who are, who should in the second half of the race, they will be on the faster tyres compared to the guys in the top 4 right now. And that is the time for them to catch up.
Yeah, 100%, and keep an eye out for Jamie James as well, because he's the first one of those guys who pitted under these safety car conditions. If he can extend those mediums and can go on towards the softs at the end of the race, he's on for a really good result as well, as there's yellow in sector 2.
Ladies, Saigeti.
Ooh, and he's got no front wing, so something happened there. Did he make contact with someone, or did he lose it going into the wall? We don't know, but he definitely needs to make another stop for a new front wing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think those soft runners will be pitting. They are losing quite a bit of time. No, they don't. The Red Bull doesn't. Neither does Two Spell. But do get a stopper. Charlie. Charlie is pitting. So another one leaves. They have extended the stint pretty well though so far.
Yeah, they got help by that safety car, of course, but 8 laps on those softs is a pretty good and decent stint. Where is Charlie gonna come out on track? He drops down to P13. He just is clear of his pit box. 14. Yeah, he's losing a lot of positions, and this is what I said during the safety car conditions. These guys pretty much got a free pit stop compared to the guys who are making a pit stop now, so it will be very interesting to see if they will be able to gain that time back that they lost under the safety car conditions.
We got I think Red Bull spun off on the last turn, but it's going again. Jamie James, good battle here. Jack Carty, Tichy and Jamie James. They're all trying to do battle.
We've got Kitten in the chat. He says he has seen the video or the clip from Hilly, and he says nowhere to go. So that explains a lot. Really unlucky for Hilly. Such a lovely guy. Unlucky that his race ended after a couple of meters in this race. Guys who haven't crashed out are Jack Carty and Tichy. Tichy now with a move round the outside. Is he gonna make it stick? Brakes very late. He gets pushed onto the curb to compromise his exit, and Jack Carty defends brilliantly as he keeps his McLaren up into P4.
Not over yet though. Got that DRS, and Jack Carty's run out of energy. Here he goes down the inside. Lovely move. Now he's going to try to keep it tight, but he runs deep. And that's going to allow the McLaren to come back through. He's missed a chance. He's going to try and ride it round. I think he's done it.
Ooh!
A little bit of a touch there. He's done it. And now comes Jamie James, super close. But I think they're going to be alright. Jamie, is he going to make a move quick? Around the outside, try and do an undercut. Where the traction really takes its toll coming out of those type of corners.
Oh, Jamie James was having a look there, but you definitely don't want to make a move into, if I'm not mistaken, turn 8.
So Jack Hawkey is pitted.
Oh, Jamie James!
Oh, he spun!
It's lost it, coming out of the double left-hander. Too early on the throttle. And that is his really good position out of the window. Because he rejoins just in front of Jack Hawkey, who has made his pit stop. So they're equal now.
And his medium's going to be really overheated.
Yeah.
Wow, what a change there. Also, good battle. Blades, Bama, and Dylan, or Taylor, sorry. Having a good little battle. I'm expecting a 2-spell pit stop, and indeed he does. So 2-spell finally, the last one of the soft runners. Oh, as a move is being made by Bama. Good battle for P7 there. Around the outside, what a move by Bama in the final turn. And now the Alpha Taylor is having a look as well. So Blade's going to lose a lot of places here, and then those two are battling it out into turn 1.
Can Taylor do the cutback? No, he can't, because Bama defends it really well, shuts the door. And that's Bama up into P6 as we have yellow in sector 3, but it's Liam retiring.
Last turn, safety car.
And safety car. Oh, did Taylor get in front? No, he didn't. Okay. I thought for a second Taylor got it because of the safety car, but Bama still.
If you're Tichy or Jack Carty, do you take advantage of this safety car and pit for cards?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Jamie James would be absolutely kicking himself.
If he just held on
one more lap, just one lap,
he could have pitted for again another fresh set of mediums and made it towards the end.
Do you reckon mediums can last this stage if you pit now?
Well,
it's a bit close.
You already see people on 10 lap old mediums. So it's 17 laps to go with 3 laps on it, so that means 14 laps with a light car. I think it should be doable.
Right. Well, here we go then. This is the matter. So the gap is 13.6 seconds. Those guys should still, Jack Hawkey should still regain the lead.
Here comes Tichy and Jack Carty both into the pit, and I think Danny Boy is going to follow them as well. Yes, he is. Dan is going to make a pit stop as well. He was one of those guys who pitted under the previous safety car as well. What is he going to do? Is he going to listen to what I said and pit for another set of mediums, or is he going to go safe and pit for hards?
Tichy's gone to hards. Dan is going to hards.
Dan mediums. Yes, Dan. You love to see it. He has to be listening to my song as well.
Yeah.
Because those decisions, it's inspired by a beautiful song. And then rejoins in P9 on fresh mediums. He is on for a brilliant result if he can keep it on track.
Yeah, that's the famous. Yeah, keep it on track.
Keep it on the grey stuff, mate.
Just keep on the black stuff, mate. It's simple. And that's where the commentating curse ferments.
Drops in. Blaze decided to stay out on his 11 lap old hards.
Legend.
Yeah, he is just gonna cause a mobile chicane across the whole track. Everyone wants to get past him, and that is where you need to keep your head cool and make a move where possible, waiting for the last few people to close back in, so the safety car will stay out for at least another lap. 31 people watching at the moment, thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully you're enjoying this race. We're not even halfway through this race. We're already seeing 2 safety cars, people on a lot of different strategies, and I can't predict who's gonna win this race. It can be anyone at this stage.
Yeah. It's very open, and we're just about to get towards that half race distance. We're only a couple of laps away, but already had 2 safety car periods, which will extend the duration of the race a little bit longer. But that's great because it gives us more action, more time to discuss how everything's playing right now. Stumpy at the moment P4. He's another one who's on fresh medium. Stumpy, very smart. Expect Stumpy to do well. Be quick off the blocks here on this restart.
Yeah, I don't think Stumpy is gonna. How am I gonna say that? He's not gonna. I don't know. This is where English is such a hard language.
You thinking? Well,
not the same is going to happen to him. Let's put it that way. What happened on the previous safety car where he got caught
I
out
see what you mean.
and lost 1.2 seconds, and he had to recover that going into turn 1, lost it, and rejoined in P5. He's now in P4. He's got the softer tire, so he should be having a little bit more grip compared to the 3 guys in front. He's never gonna have more grip than Blaze. Everyone is gonna have more grip than Blaze. So that's going to be a very interesting strat as well.
And the other thing now, it's just gone cloudy, so the track temperature will drop slightly. The hards are always a tyre that take longer to warm up. So that is where people like Stumpy and Dan and Marina, they're all going to take huge advantage. One person that's had a good let-off is Jamie James. A person who has absolutely been screwed over. Well, in the end, Two Spell decided to he pitted again, and he's put on another set of mediums. And safety car comes in this lap. So quite a few people have pitted twice under the safety car period.
Look at this, by the way. We've got a tire performance graphic on the right-hand side of our screen. What is this? We can see,
I didn't see that.
Blaze has above 20% on his tires, compared to Jack Hawkey being on 5 or 6%. So that shows the difference in 10 level tires, which in my opinion is still not a lot. But yeah, let's focus on the safety car restart. Is Blaze gonna do exactly the same what Jack Hawkey did on the previous safety car? Just gonna go at a random point where no one expects it, or is he gonna wait until the very last minute to make sure he remains in the lead when entering turn 1? That's what I would go to, but who am I?
Yeah.
Just a simple tier 3 commentator. And he's gonna go, and I think Jack Hawkey didn't expect it this time. But it's not as big of a gap as it was between him and Stumpy on the previous safety car. The top 4 is clear. Tichy has been caught sleeping. 2 seconds between him and his teammate. So something happened there. Did he lost it, or was he just not awake? But we've got green conditions once again. We've got Charlie trying to defend from Stumpy behind, and Blaze is still leading going into turn 1 with Jack Hawkey in P2 very closely behind.
Yeah, Stumpy got a little bit out of shape again on turn 1, a bit this time understeer. He's actually struggling to get the front end to turn in, so obviously tyre temp's not quite up there. But so far, Blaze is our race leader. Doing a good job.
And he's gonna watch this back over and over, just seeing himself in front.
Yeah. This is things he's going to tell his kids and his grandkids about, these moments right now.
These moments where I was dominating tier 3.
Yeah.
On 30 level hards.
Yeah.
And kept it in front on much older tyres.
Yeah. Oh, we got yellow Mercedes.
Saige. It's not been his race so far. Struggling here around the Shanghai International Circuit.
Here we go. So Jack Hawkey is looking with RS. They're all using RS. That's great. Jack Hawkey's going to look to dive it down the inside.
Oh, he was having a loop.
Brake late.
Ooh, but on exit now, and I think those much fresher hearts are definitely going to help round the outside. And he gets the job done. Brilliant move from Jack Hawkey. Really impressive move.
Yeah. So it makes him unfair. But look at this, Charlie. He's going to look for a move down the inside. Fair play to the Williams. Gives him a bit of space before he doesn't. super close there. Charlie almost went into the back of the Williams driver. And Tichy's starting to catch back up now. Stumpy so far not able to really show an improvement in pace compared to the hard runners around him.
Yeah, so
P2.
oh, here comes
Round
Charlie.
outside.
Oh
Yeah.
my days. What a move. That is
Yeah.
making use of much fresher tires. Oh my days. Brilliant move from Charlie. You love to see it.
Yeah. Now Stumpy, look at that. Stumpy's tyres are starting to get up to temperature, and already he's able to get a better grip. Yeah, I think Stumpy's starting to, Stumpy is now starting to get the benefits of that medium tyre. Should expect to see him getting past Charlie soon as well.
Yeah, and Stumpy knows he needs to follow those two guys in front, because if he lets them getting away, it's pretty much victory out of the window. So he needs to stay close to Charlie and check in front, knowing that he is on the softer tire.
Yeah.
We've got big battles going on here for P9. We've got Bama really close, followed by Jimmy James, who gets a much better exit coming out of the last turn. They go side by side on towards the start finish straight. Jimmy James has to go the long way around. Is he gonna make it stick? Oh, they're so close together, but he gets the job done. Now they're still side by side, but it will turn to the inside for the next turn as Bama lost it on the curb, and it is allowing Jimmy James to get past, so he promotes himself up into P9. Bama has to concede the position and drops down to P10, but brilliant battles going on at this race, and I'm really enjoying it so far.
Yeah, it's been a really good race. Who would have known? The Chinese, well, it's a track obviously with the long DRS areas, and whenever there's a big difference in tyre wear or tyre compounds, it can give you these real close, interesting overtakes which you wouldn't normally see going around the outside, for example. So it's been really fun, really good overtakes so far as well.
Let's see, Stumpy, he is trying to make a move on Charlie onto the back straight. They go with the DRS enabled, should be able to close in quite a lot, but it's not going to be enough to make a move into the hairpin. He will at least be very close to the back of that Alpha Tauri, and maybe gonna think about making a move into turn 1, as we are going to enter lap 17 out of 28. With Jack Hawkey in the lead, Charlie in P2 with Stumpy in P3, Blaze still holding on to that P5. Tichy just got past, and now he's got Danny Boy behind for company.
And Taylor had a spin on the last turn, so that's
Marina and Dan having a look at it. Then with a move on Marina, they both have the same amount of laps done on their mediums, both 4 lap old mediums, and Marina holds it. So that's P7 for the Alpine driver, and then in P8 with Jimmy James now in P9. He's done some good recovery.
Look at that, like Charlie has been able to get it so far as Stumpy. It's really been, and it's not even the case of Charlie having DRS, having to do it the hard way. He's got a good pace.
Stumpy now, we're going on board with him once again, but I don't think he's going to be close enough, so we're going to focus on the battle for P5, as Danny Boy is only 4 tenths behind Blaze, with the DRS still to come. Here he goes with the DRS enabled. Blaze is going to defend the inside, so Danny Boy has to go the long way around. Is he going to make a stick before the braking? So no, he's not, so he has to go the long way around, but it brakes much later, because he can on those tires, and he gets himself up into P5, and is Blaze going to lose 2 positions in 1 corner? Yes, he is, because Marina in the Alpine is going to get past as well. So unfortunately for Blaze, he is dropping places left, right and center now, as Dan is the next one to try and make a move on the Williams driver.
Yes, a big moment in the final turn. I had to correct it, lost a bit of time, and he ran it in turn 1. Well, getting a bit hot in the car. Noticing it's giving each lap these hard runners that they're not going to drop off. The pace won't drop off. This is what they can do in all race. So if Stumpy can't do it now, he's not going to do it later on in this race. They all pitted around the same time.
Yeah, so that is going to be a very interesting one, as Jack Carty, yeah, because of him rejoining the lobby, we don't have any updates on the left hand side of our screen, so that will follow as soon as these guys come across the start finish straight. What we can see is Dan and Jamie James going side by side through the very long right hander, as Dan has to go wide because of the understand there, side by side. I think they're both gonna get DRS. Dan because of Blaze in front, but Jamie James because he was behind Dan before the DRS detection point. Who is gonna come out on top? Is Jamie James gonna brake very late? No, he's not, because Dan brakes very late as well. So he remains in P8 and he wants to get past that Williams as soon as possible, because he is feeling the pressure from all the drivers behind. And he can see that everyone in front is pulling away.
Yeah, Jamie James down battling it out. He's got some good energy down this straight. Jamie James can get past both here. Almost got, so he's got past Dan. Williams tries and hangs it around the outside. Oh, what a move this is to be. Oh, he's going to love this. What a move. He's but I think if he squeezes him out, because he's done it. Great couple of corners from Jamie James.
Brilliant move.
Dan now. Dan as well. Line up.
Plays defense really well, and Alabama is trying to have a look on a Ferrari. It's so close between all these drivers. Let's see if Dan can make a move on the back straight with the help of DRS. Is Blaze gonna get DRS? No, he's not. So he needs to do it on pure straight line speed, as we've got a retirement. That is Jack Carty. And then now with the DRS, is he gonna go and make a move? Is he gonna be close enough? I think he's definitely gonna go for the move. Blaze is not gonna defend the inside, so that should be an easy move for Dan. And he finally gets the job done and promotes himself up into P8.
Yeah, that's for Dan. And he's really close. He runs wide in turn one. Somebody's not having a good turn one. Charlie's looking really quick. He's half a second now behind Jack Hawkey.
Yeah, so Charlie with some brilliant pace around here. Didn't expect that to see.
Yeah, it not been. It's been sort of improving. The last couple of races been back in towards hovering around that top 5 there. You did another level this week rather. Being strong and starting to gain in onto the check, pulling away a little bit on this DRS.
Oh, he just dropped. Oh, and he's back in. Oh, he's on the edge of getting DRS on this lap. Is he gonna do so? He's really low on the DRS, but I think he's gonna get the DRS. No, he's not. So he's been using a lot of ERS to get the DRS. Oh, and look at this! Look at Stumpy. He was having a little look, but he can't make the move stick. We've got yellow in sector 1. As that is Saige coming out of the pits, which is retired. Hopefully he's not gonna get in the way of these leaders. We've got the top 3 all in one screen. You absolutely love to see how close tier 3 is this season. And then a little bit of a gap to Tichy and P4. 3.1 seconds he has, the gap between him and Stumpy. And he's been followed by Marina very closely. Marina having a really good race as well on those 8 lap old mediums. Should be able to make it to the end. and Stompy will be struggling on those 10 lap old mediums. Let's see Blaze now in P10. Is Blaze gonna go for the one stop? Or has he? Did he make a pit stop? Let's see. No, he hasn't. He hasn't even made a stop yet, so he's not even gonna make it on these hops because he still has to make a pit stop. Is he gonna gamble on a very late safety car, which we already predicted at the start of qualifying? You never know. It would be brilliant for him if it happens, and we could get it here. Maybe. No, as the yellow flag is gone, Jimmy James picks up 3 seconds, and we've got Stompy going for a move around the outside of Charlie. I'm completely missing it as Charlie picks up 3 seconds because he has to give a little bit of room to Stompy, but Stompy gets past, and that is the Alfa Romeo now up into P2. And can he maybe challenge Jack Hawkey for the victory in this race? We have to wait and see, as Marina is putting the pressure on the other AlphaTauri. So one Alfa Romeo is making a move and the other has to defend. Marina down the inside of turn 1, gets the job done already, but is he gonna go deep? He is gonna go deep. So Tichy tries to switch back and Tichy gets the switch back done. So that's Tichy still in P4 and Marina still in P5. See, we've got Kid in the chat. Netherlands and USA qualify for a World Cup. Yeah, you love to see it. Lewis is having some issues with his mic, so he's trying to get it sorted. So for now, it's going to be a one-man army. But yeah, you love to see it. Lewis left the session as well, so I think it's a connection issue on his side. Things you don't love to see. Here comes Marina. Things you love to see. A move down the inside. Marina, is he gonna make it stick or is he gonna get the better exit? I think he is. And he promotes himself up into P4. But now Tichy will get the DRS for the start finish straight. So is Tichy immediately gonna come back at the Alpine? With the help of DRS, should be able to at least have a chance going into turn 1. Is he gonna go for it? He is gonna go for it. Very late move from Tichy and he gets lost on the curb. And he spins through turn 1. And that is his race pretty much over. Unless we're gonna get as virtual or safety car. No, we're not. And now Blaze is gonna make a move and Tichy spins again. But this time at turn 2. And Bomma retires. What happened to him? Bomma lost it. Oh, Bomma retired in the pits. Why did he retire in the pits? Very strange scenes here in China. As it's all popping off now. Mazda picks up 3 seconds. Lewis is back in the lobby. Things you love to see.
Yeah.
And
Can you hear me?
And I can hear him again.
Yeah, mate, that was super weird. I don't know what happened. It kicked me out. It said the race had finished and just kicked me out of the lobby.
What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, it was just some. I think I must have. I don't know. It was the internet issue. I just had some weird thing happened.
Well,
I'm back
luckily
in.
you're back, and we can experience the final of this race together in the commentary box. Stompy now 6/10 behind Jack Hawkey, followed by Charlie. 8/10 of a gap between him and Stompy. So all 3 of the podium runners, top 3, within 1.5 seconds. Who is gonna come out on top? Charlie, unfortunately for him, has that penalty. So he either has to run away with this one or he's not gonna be able to fight for either P1 or P2. But these two definitely can. Jack Hawkey and Stompy, and I think they're both eager to get onto the top step. Jack Hawkey had a really good race last week as well. And he's showing some incredible pace once again this week.
Yeah, it's looking very good. Stumpy, so close. So close now to back of Jack Hawkey. Maybe, I thought the medium would tail off, but it seems to be doing well. Jack somehow able to just have enough energy saved up for that long straight.
Yeah, he's using all of his ERS on the back straight and then saving it all up because you can see Stumpy closing in, and we've got the entire performance graphic once again. Oh my days, Codemasters, what are you doing to me?
I take everything back. All is forgiven.
Yes, everything I've said the last couple of months, I'm sorry, because you've done brilliantly this time round.
Oh, look at
Oh, and
Stumpy.
here comes Stumpy, yeah, I just wanted to say, and he's gonna go for the move.
Oh! The Red Bull's going to try and fight around the outside.
Stumpy pushes him wide, no space to go for Jack Hawkey. And that is the Alfa Romeo in the lead with the Red Bull now in P2. And Charlie had a brilliant view of it all. And these are going to be some brilliant 4 laps remaining.
Yeah, absolutely. Battling it out. Jack Hawkey's having a little look into turn 1. Door is shut. Who's going to get to be able to have that right line. But now, I think you don't defend was okay, sure. You go in ahead. If you can't put more than a second away from this lap, I'm coming back at you.
Kitten in the chat, can you prompt the tire performance graphic? Unfortunately, I can't choose to get it on screen. If I was able to, I would have done it pretty much every single lap because it's amazing. But it's just Codemasters deciding, and they're doing it at exactly the same point every single time. But I love it. I'm not complaining whatsoever. Going on board with Charlie once again because he is giving us the best seat in the house to see what's happening between Stumpy and Hawkey. Yes, it's all good again.
Right, I've got my wide connection on now, so it should be no problem.
Oh, Charlie is very late.
Ooh, that was a late
Stumpy
break.
as well, because Jack Hawkey gets an amazing exit, but he can't profit from it. Maybe with the help of DRS on a start-finish straight. 3 more laps to go as they enter lap 26 of 28. Massa with tyres.
That's in the pits though.
That's in the pits, and it's too late for a safety car.
Oh, Jack's got the inside line here. Stumpy's run wide. Stumpy's going to fight through on the inside for the next corner. Who's going to have the better traction? Normally it favours the guy on the outside. It's super close between the two of them. Oh, Stumpy breaks late.
Jack with a brilliant exit.
Yeah. That shows you the state of the tyres. I feel like maybe those mediums starting to go off a bit from the rear.
Yeah, if I was Stumpy, I would just wait until the last lap, save up all of your ERS, try to use it on this straight to get as close as possible, because Jack will get the better exit on those hards, use it here, and then get past on the last lap with the ultimate move, because if you're gonna get past now or on lap 27, Jack is definitely gonna come back at you. And he won't have any ERS left to defend with. So he's putting himself in a vulnerable position where he just can't do anything. Maybe it will just be a boat in a straight line. He is gonna go for the move. He's not listening to what I said. Round the outside with the DRS, gets the job done. Unless Jack gets the better exit. No, Stumpy remains in front.
Yeah, and also Jamie James got past Marina, so he's made a great recovery into P4. What could have been for the Haas driver, I think, without that mistake. Just before that second safety car, I think he would have been looking. Well, he would have been battling these guys, maybe even winning.
Ooh, Jack round the outside, which will turn into the inside for next. What a move from Jack! He's making use of that, having a little bit more grip compared to those 16-lap-old mediums from Stumpy, and he made it work. Brilliant move from Jack. And now Dan and Danny Boy are having a go at each other. But Danny Boy gets in front, Dan drops down to P7, and now Toespel and Dan are going side by side. Terrible camera angle. Apologies from my part. But Toespel gets past Dan, so Dan now in P8, and he's got some catch up to do.
Yeah, Jack Hawkey doing really good. He's pushing it hard this lap. But Stumpy's saving some energy, saving more energy than Jack Hawkey has. Jack's really tried to use it all in a bit of a moment on the exit, and that's lost him a bit of time.
Yeah, now Stumpy can close back in with the help of DRS. This is going to be a tense last lap, and we haven't seen this in a very long time. 3 people still able to win this race. Unfortunately for Charlie, he's got that time penalty. Jimmy James worked himself up into P4. Brilliant race from him as well. So we've entered lap 28 of 28, last lap here around the Shanghai International Circuit. Put your predictions in the chat. If I was gonna put money on someone, I would put my money on Jack.
Yeah. Starting to be able to, Stumpy's now starting to struggle in those traction zones. Struggling to slow the car down and pull up off the gap. Yeah, the gap's now going up to 8/10. I think Jack might be out of DRS. I think he's going to be safe. And those medium tyres are now struggling, and it's showing. He's outside DRS zone now at this point.
Yeah, outside of the DRS. Yep. Jack Hawkey did the best thing he could have done, extending the gap on lap 27, not allowing Stumpy to have a go at him, and extending the gap once again on lap 28. And although Stumpy is within those 8/10s, he's not gonna get DRS because he wasn't within that 1 second when the DRS detection point was there before the very long right-hander. And it is going to be Jack Hawkey taking victory here around China, unless he's gonna make a mistake into the final turn. No commentary discuss, please. Nope. So that means that the Red Bull of Jack Hawkey is gonna win here in China with Stumpy in P2, Charlie P3, Jimmy James P4, but Marina takes P4 on penalties. Two-spell comes across the line now for P6, Danny Boy P7 with Dan in P8. Taylor on his debut, if I'm not mistaken, picking up points in P9, as he will drop down to P10 because of Tichy not having penalties. And Blaze, he did get the fastest lap, won't get a point for it as he finished outside of the top 10, but still a really good race from his part, P11. And it's waiting for Hasmania now as he still has to negotiate the back straight. Well, respect for not retiring in the pits, as we've seen a lot of people doing so. So fair play, he kept himself in the race. He was hoping for either a safety car or a very late retirement. Unfortunately for him, wasn't the case, but still fair play for continuing on. That's what you call commitment, and that's a very good mentality to have.
Absolutely.
Through
really good. It's really good. You never know. You never know if you're going to get to the end.
Exactly.
There'll be something to pick up. Unfortunately, not so in this occasion.
So there we have it. That is today's EU3 race done and over with. We're gonna invite these guys, the podium guys, to the commentary box for some interviews. As we have the final standings up on screen in just a moment. Here we have it, our winner Jack Hawkey, Stumpy P2, Charlie P3, well done to the podium, Marina in P4. Look at how close it is between Charlie and Marina. Marina almost took the last podium spot on penalties. Oh my days. Jamie James P5, really good recovery from him. Two-spell P6, Danny Boy P7, Dan P8, Tisha P9, and Taylor takes the final point in this race P10. Blaze P11, Hasmania P12, Massa P13, Bama P14, Shane P15, Saigate P16, Jack Carty P17, Liam P18, Lil Spark P19, and Hilly P20. Unfortunately, him and Lil Spark have been able to even reach turn 1 before they already retired. So hopefully they will have a better race next week. Definitely. Yeah, 100%. They are allowed to join the commentary box. If we are allowed to leave this screen, would be amazing. Yes, we will in 25 seconds. So we're waiting for everyone to join the party. With Jack and Stumpy already in, so we're waiting for Charlie to join. I'm not sure if he's gonna join. Sometimes he doesn't. Never mind. There he is. You'll love to see it. Everyone is in. Make sure your audio isn't allowed to be shared, and then we can start with the interviews very shortly. As I'm going to get the Red Bull up on screen. Fortunately, not in the very sexy white livery anymore. We're gonna start off with Charlie, who finished P3. Charlie, first of all, congratulations on taking the final podium spot. How frustrated was it that you got that penalty and weren't really able to fight for that P1?
I mean, the when Stumpy came over to the hairpin and that corner, I couldn't back out anymore, so I had to cut the corner, and I knew if I cut the corner, I was going to get a penalty. So, and I knew it was just a race from there, really. You know, it's just all I had to beat was the person behind me. But it was quite unfortunate. But yeah, it was a good fight.
Yeah, you three guys were really on top of the field today. Did you expect to have this kind of pace? Is China normally a really strong track for you, or were you quite surprised by the amount of pace you had compared to the rest of the field?
I've raced here a couple of times now, and I kind of like it. I kind of like the track because you can really like just there's grip everywhere. You can just throttle it around corners. It's great. Um, but yeah, I think this is probably it's got to be up there, isn't it? Really, as one of the top three. This in Hungary, definitely Hungarian.
Fair enough. Looking apart from picking up that penalty, if you didn't have that penalty, would you have gone and joined the fight between Stampy and Jack, or was it going to be a P3 anyways for you?
I think it was going to be a P3 anyway. I don't know how much grip Stumpy had on those mediums, but he had traction out of that corner before the straight, which is beyond belief. I could not keep up with it. It was he had some grip somewhere, and I could not find it around those little tight corners. I didn't have it, and Jack was too far ahead for me to get it, and the DRS was too far away from me before we reached the end. So, but I think it was going to be a P3 anyway.
Still a really good result, mate. P3 at the end. Go enjoy it. Fully deserved.
Thank you.
Going on to P2, Stampy. First of all, congratulations, and yeah, just tell us about your feeling right now. Frustrated about finishing P2, or at the end happy to be on the podium tonight?
Uh, a bit of both, to be honest. It was a great battle at the end. Um, I thought I could have it and maybe get that gap for the DRS, but I couldn't. I had a couple of errors in turn one, which ultimately cost me the race. But Jack did a great job today, better than me. So
Yeah, he did really good job. He did a really good job. Looking back at your decision by going on to the medium tires, do you regret the decision, or do you think it was still the better option to go on to the mediums instead of the hards?
um, well, I didn't check to see how much wear was left, so I don't know. They felt relatively fine at the end. But I just didn't want to put. I've got a new Fanatec wheel, so I'm not
Ah,
quite used to it. I didn't want to be pushing too hard and then just spin it like I did earlier in the race.
fair enough. Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. And you were probably too focused on the battle between you and
Yeah,
Jack as well
yeah,
to have a
exactly.
good look at the tire. I completely understand that. Um, but P2 it is fully deserved. Congratulations, mate. Go enjoy it.
Thank you, mate. Well done, Jack.
Cheers, mate.
Going on to P1, Jack. First of all, congratulations. Really good performance. Going on to the hard tire after the safety car. What was going through your mind when you saw Stumpy behind on those mediums? Were you thinking that is victory gone, or were you still confident about taking the victory?
Yeah, it was a weird one because I was thinking there's no way he's going to the end on them, and like he's just still there with like 3 laps to go. But then he got past me, and I was like, if I just stick with him, they should go off towards the end, so I should be able to get back past. But yeah, we just had a great battle to be honest. Last 3 or 4 laps were just wheel to wheel. Into turn one, it was great. I think it was my most enjoyable race in COS. I think I've never had like a battle like that for P1 towards the end of a race before. So yeah, it was so fun to drive.
It was definitely fun to watch as well. With 2 laps to go, you managed to pull out a little bit of a gap. Was that always going to be the plan, or were you surprised by the fact that you were able to pull away on lap 27 that much that you were quite confident on the last lap?
Well, like I said, I'm just going to assume that Stumpy's tyres were just absolutely shot by then. They must have been absolutely gone. That's how I was, like the low traction zones, I was kind of pulling away. So I was just guessing it was the tyres.
That's what I was hoping.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, it turned out to be the good call to be on the Haas because they just had that little bit better grip, and it brought you the victory. And congratulations, mate. Go enjoy it.
Nice one, mate.
And that rounds off the stream for today. Once again, congratulations on everyone who finished on the podium. Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you, Lewis, for joining the commentary box with me. It was a pleasure as always.
Thank you very much. Pleasure. Yes. Congratulations, everyone, on that top three. And yeah, apologies for the slight breaks that I had in the sound, but hopefully it's sorted for the remainder of the season. So yeah, looking forward to next. Well, we don't race next week, do we? We have a week off. I believe we have a week off because I think it's Thanksgiving week.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, I think AU1 I still have to race because we missed one race.
I see.
So I think we will have to run that one next week. But yeah, no scheduled races. Maybe some special events. Knowing.
It's the 29th November to 2nd December, Portugal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're now, we miss a week.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and then actually not. I haven't raced Portugal yet, so that'd be really interesting.
yeah, it will be.
That'd be good. I'm enjoying Bahrain. I like Bahrain, so I'll put up a good fight there. But finally to be back in the chat, it's nice.
He's making full use of it.
Yeah, he's honestly, he is.
No one interrupts during the outro, but he just does it, and he doesn't care.
Disrespect.
I'm like, yes.
Yeah. By the way, guys, I just want to say thank you.
Yeah. By the way, guys, I'm still here.
Yeah, no, I haven't left. I'm still here.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. I was really hoping for the win so bad. I wanted it so much. I just couldn't reach it. It was too far. It was too far away. And Stumpy on those fucking mediums, man. I was saying to him, he had so much traction out of that long right. It was impossible.
So close, but yet so far.
Oh, isn't it just? Anyway, I'll leave you to it. But,
there we go. We've got permission.
I think, yeah. I mean, I'm sure I'll be in this chat in another 6 months. We'll see.
You love to see it. No, but thank you all for tuning in. If you don't want to miss anything from Golden Speed, make sure you follow us on all the social media accounts, and make sure you tune in for the rest of the AU and AM races left this week. As I said, thank you all for tuning in, and as I always say, have a good one, stay safe, and goodbye.